The Neil Prendeville Show. Weekdays from 9 a.m. 104 to 106. Red FM.
Here's the audio of the phone call I had with Sean Johnson way back. We had known him as the name of Lex at the time, and he had all sorts of different names. We got information from people in drama and art circles in Cork that he was a convicted sex offender. And he was in Cork at the time, and he was doing his thing and trying to set up drama schools and taking liberties with people with regards to his credentials and where he had worked. He said he was working on he had worked on Bond movies and all sorts of stuff like that, and Doctor Who. In October of 2009, he was sentenced to 4 months in prison for downloading pornographic images and movies of children. They were level 4. They were particularly disgusting. He was branded a high risk and was told that he shouldn't be working, was banned from working with children indefinitely. We knew much of this. How much of this the Garda Síochána knew, I suppose I will never know. What I do know is that he was the subject of all sorts. First of all, he got 4 months jail, and then he was put on a sexual offenders prevention order and registered as a sexual offender, and he had to register then regularly with the police for 7 years. He didn't do that. He did for a while, and then he legged it out of the UK and he came over here. He was in Dublin for a while. Then he was in Galway, and he was trying to set up drama schools and trying to do auditions with kids and stuff like that. But he was a worry to the Garda Síochána, so much so that he was questioned. He was originally from Derbyshire. He was arrested in February of 2014, last year, in Galway, but the charges against him were dropped. At that stage, the English police didn't really show a whole lot of interest because they didn't send the information that they had on Johnson to the Galway guards, so the Galway guards couldn't do anything about it, and they let him go. I'm assuming that they didn't know. I'm hoping that they didn't know that he was on a sex offenders register. So he legged it then from Galway. He came down here. And he was working under the name of Alexander Matthews. He also used to borrow money and scam money out of people and get them to pay for different things for him, or courses and things like that. He had all sorts of fake names. And then I started to get calls about him. And he has spoken about this on the air for a good 4 or 5 days anyway. So I'm astonished that the Garda Síochána in Galway acted, I have to say, questionably slow in this matter. So I'm kind of I find it quite bizarre that the judge wouldn't have said, if it wasn't for the quick thinking and the vigilance of the Cork public, Johnson would still be at large. She said the well-planned and well-thought-out and planned, well-executed officers of the Garda Síochána, and that they followed through and went to Cork, he wouldn't have been detected. He was, in many regards. So this is the audio anyway. I just want to recap on it because here's the phone call that I had with the guy when we eventually kind of said, listen, my man, all doesn't appear to be as you claim.
Hello.
Hello, Lex.
Yes, hi.
It's Neil at Red FM. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Listen, I just wanted to catch up because we're getting quite an amount of people offering help over the last week or so, you know.
Okay.
With regards to actually have boots here for you, and people have been offering money, and others have been talking about a suit. What have you been up to over there? Have you had any luck with anything in the last week?
Well, nothing in terms of, well, actually, no, there's been a little bit of negativity because some people recognise my voice on the phone, and unfortunately it has had a negative impact.
Right.
I didn't think, well, I suppose somebody with an English accent, it's not hard to sort of cotton on, really, is it? But,
but I don't think anybody would have an issue with your accent. I mean, what's the negativity?
No, I think it was just the fact that people recognised my voice, and then people were saying, because obviously, you know, for the last couple of months I've been doing stuff and presenting myself as a professional, and, you know, people are saying, well, how can you be a professional? You're on the streets, and there's somebody been texting and sending messages out to people saying not to trust me, and...
Why do you think that might be?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think it just comes down to the fact that people are very, very judgmental. And, you know, I mean, I can understand slightly if somebody sort of like... Because, you know, I haven't obviously told people my situation, and obviously, you know, I have had to mislead people slightly.
In what
even though I haven't lied to them.
But how have you been misleading people?
Well, because I put on this professional attitude that everything's okay, and, you know, if somebody said, oh, whereabouts are you living, I just say out past Douglas. I haven't said, like, oh, you know, shit, I'm homeless. because obviously, so, you know, and I think people are just confused as to, you know, what I'm about. And it's just, as I said, I'm trying not to sort of allow it to get me down. It has done. This last couple of days just got me down a bit. And I think more people realise, you know, I think more people found out about it than I was expecting would.
Yeah, and it's attracted an amount of negativity, I have to say, because there is an allegation that you are on a sex offenders list. Is that right?
No.
Yeah. See, this is where it gets very confusing. That your name is Sean Johnson.
No.
So
where's this come from?
I'm not so sure, to be honest with you. Just some emails that have been coming across my desk about some issues with you regarding a stage school for youngsters in the UK.
No.
Did you work
No, I've spent most of my time in Europe.
So, but did you work in drama? Did you work...
I've worked in drama, of course I have, as an actor.
Did you work in a stage school for youngsters in Tamworth?
No.
Were you investigated by the police following complaints of downloading child pornography?
No.
Okay. Did you spend any time in jail?
No.
Okay, because this is the kind of thing that's being said, you know?
Well, this is ridiculous. Where's this come from?
Well, your photograph matches the photograph of a guy called Sean Johnson, who uses the name Sean Letman, who was jailed for 4 months, had his laptop computer seized, containing 34 indecent photos and 23 movies featuring boys under the age of 12.
This is insane.
Yeah. And that's why you say that you have no passport, or that you lost it, or your phone and your wallet and everything was robbed in Cork and Galway and Germany and places like that.
What? I don't understand what's being said. Can you send me this information, because I really want to know what's going on?
Well, do you not think that it's kind of peculiar that you have worked in drama then, that there is kind of a connection between you and drama?
I understand that, but something's being said that obviously isn't to do with me.
Oh yeah, but no, I'm only saying it to you. I mean, this isn't out in the public domain or anything. I'm just asking you, is it true?
Oh, it's not true.
But do you want to set up a drama school? Have you been telling people in the drama and artistic and movie circles here that you want to set up a drama school for kids?
No, I'm setting up a talent agency. That's what I want to do. Talent agency.
Yeah, because the guy, Sean Johnson, who you say you aren't, is actually on a child sex offenders register in the UK.
Well, look, this is ridiculous. And I've said I'm not, and I'm not. And I want to find out where this is coming from. So if you please can send me those details as to who said what and what information you've got, because it's not true.
But how come it's your photograph then?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Well, someone is using your photograph then and pretending to be you. Is that it?
I don't know. It could be is it somebody that looks like me? Is it definitely me? I mean, how do you know? I mean, you know, who said
because
that? You don't even know what I look like. So, I mean, how can this be possible?
No, we do know what you look like, because one of our people who did work on homelessness recently spoke to you on the streets.
Oh, yeah, of course you did.
And your photograph...
on the streets.
Well, hold on a second. Your photograph matches the photograph of Sean Johnson, who was before Stafford Crown Court for level 4 serious images showing adults having sex with boys of 12 and under.
But this is ridiculous. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know what's happening, and I'm in shock. I mean, I feel sick. I feel physically sick.
Oh, I mean, and that's fine, because you know, if it's not true, then it's a terrible travesty of you know, it's a real injustice to you.
Yeah,
but
and I want to find out what's going on, because I want to basically stop it, and also, well, take to court whoever it is that's defaming me.
But, I mean, if it's true, it would be better to come clean on the matter, you know?
It's not true. It is not true.
But why then would you have left the UK?
Well, I've been working across Europe.
Yeah, but...
this is getting ridiculous. I'm not going to continue this conversation. I want to find out what's going on.
Well, I'm trying to tell you what's going on.
But I want to know what's going on. Well, I want to know where this information has come from. You understand that?
You categorically deny it. However, there's information to say that there are Twitter accounts, different Facebook pages that match you, that match your photograph up to... Now, if it's wrong, it's wrong, and I apologise for that, but all the indications would point to the fact that you are Sean Johnson, and that you did serve time, that you did download these images, these photographs, and 23 movies. I'm not saying that you got any gratification from them. I'm just saying that they were found on a laptop computer, and that you were branded by a judge as being high risk of causing harm to young children. And if that's the case, that you shouldn't be working in drama or around young children. That's just...
That's fine. That's fine, but that's not the case.
And that this same guy, if it is you in the photograph, admitted charges of making indecent pseudo photographs of children.
Right. And this is getting ridiculous, because what you're saying is what you're saying, and it's not true. Okay. So end of. It's not true. If you're not going to send me the information, then I'm going to find this out myself.
Oh, well, I can't send you the information because you say it's not you, so I can't give you information about another person. But how could it be your...
Well, you're accusing me of it, so why shouldn't you be able to send that information?
I'm not accusing you. I'm not accusing you at all.
Well, somebody obviously is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And because your photograph matches the photograph of the Sean Johnson that I refer to, who did time and... is on, and I think should still be on, a child sex offenders register.
Right, okay, well, look.
And must register with a sex offender with the police for 7 years. That's all.
God. Okay, right. I'm just absolutely don't know what to say anymore.
How old are you, Lex?
How old am I? I'm 30.
Okay. So, where in the...
Look, just let me just... I need to get my head around this, please, because this is just...
Because at the time of the... I know, I'm just giving you the information that I have. I mean, I'm not holding anything back.
I'm in the middle of a street, and this is just not good, okay?
Yeah.
I can't...
So it's not you, are you saying categorically?
It's not you. It's not me. Sorry. I don't know what information you've been given, but it's not true.
So why do you think people will be using your photograph? It is true. It is you. It's not someone else who looks like you. It is you. And it was Sean Johnson, and he is now serving 10 months in jail. Interestingly, as a kind of a sidebar to this, it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Cork people and Cork listeners to this radio program, people who are concerned themselves as people who are working in the industry that he was trying to get into here to work with children. So well done to each and every one of you. I couldn't do my job without your help, and it makes my job so much more easy and much more enjoyable, actually, when you find that these guys aren't out and about working with children. And parents need to be very vigilant about where you send your children, because there are so many opportunities now for people to get close to kids, because people want the best for their children. They give them opportunities. They give them, different hobbies. They bring them all sorts of different pastimes and hobbies, trying to keep their children motivated. So do be careful in this regard. I can't say any more about this, except that it strikes me as bizarre. I'm only a layperson, that Sean Johnson now would be kept in an Irish jail, paid for by the Irish taxpayers for the next 10 months, when all of his offences happened in the UK. I would have thought this would have been just, extradition back to the UK to serve a sentence there, rather than putting a burden on the Irish taxpayer. But maybe that's for another day. But we'll park it there. Much obliged to you all for your help. Back after these.
The Neil Prendeville Show.